Remember when this used
Okay.
Remember when this used to mean something?
Remember when this... You mean Rare?
Yes.
Yeah, I miss them. I miss them a lot.
Apparently so does Cranky. Apparently so does Cranky, because this is all he can afford.
This is one of my favorite games of all time. It's a shame that I'm not the one that recorded it.
Fuck out of here, old man.
It was me all along. No, yeah, I recorded this in 2. We're going on a Donkey Kong binge, y'all.
That means that means either me or Luigi has to do 3, and apparently it's me that's doing DKC 3, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm not touching.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
It's a good.
It has
a good game.
It has Kiddy Kong, therefore it's bad.
I know a lot of people hate Kiddy Kong, but we'll get to DKC 3 when I record DKC 3. Right now we're on DKC 1, one of my favorite video games of all time.
It is definitely the game that shaped the way I saw video games when I was
Wow, DK's broke and he's broke, he has no job, and he's dateless. What a hobo.
Poor
guy. No maidens.
He's jobless, he's broke, and he's got no bitches.
What are you talking about? He's got a picture of Candy Kong in his house.
Yeah, a picture. A picture. That's it.
That's implying that they date,
no,
or they're at least on speaking. It at least implies they're on speaking terms.
I was gonna say though, it's just like, does that mean that Koopa in the Thousand Year Door with the Peach photo, is he dating Peach?
Yeah, that's a very good comparison actually.
I'm also I have to comment on how the hell did you not get hit there?
How did I not get hit there?
Screw it.
That I can understand because you were holding the barrel above your head. The other one, you had physically thrown the barrel, and the freaking naughty already touched you before you threw it. You should have gotten hit.
It's naughty.
Like I stopped questioning the hitboxes on this game a really long time ago.
It's naughty. Who cares?
Yeah.
Thanks, Lenny.
Yeah.
Like, I swear he jumped on my desk while I was in the middle of recording that. I'm like, no.
God.
Well,
okay, I hate to interrupt you, but I did want to say something.
Go for it.
I remember one year when I attended MagFest, right? And one of those times was at a Throne Controllers panel.
Oh boy.
Do you know where this is going?
You did tell me this story, but I don't think Logic's heard it, so keep going.
I mean, he has, but we'll tell it again anyway.
I'm letting it happen with the suspense because full disclosure.
Anyway.
Like we were doing a test recording of this the other day, but decided to start over just because everyone wasn't 100% at the time.
Yeah, and we also found out thankfully. It's a good thing we did because apparently my commentary was not synced up in the first place, so we would have had to re-record anyway. Cool.
No, I mean we fixed it after the fact, but regardless, like we're feeling a lot better today.
What's that, Sire's recording not being well? Wow, it really is the good old days.
Shut the hell up.
I don't know how I got airtime. But
anyway,
you were saying about the Throne controllers?
Yes, Throne controllers. There was a time where I was actually in the audience when that happened. During this time, they are challenging people to play different games. One of them was Donkey Kong Country, the original Donkey Kong Country, and it was Emil / Choco Conroy who had to play the first level of Donkey Kong Country. You want to know how well it went?
I can take a wild guess.
He didn't know how to move.
I don't know how he can't know how to move in a platformer.
Like literally the first thing, literally the first thing he did was just stand there and then roll. That's all he did.
How does he not know how to move in a freaking platform? One of his first games he ever recorded was Mario Galaxy, for God's sake.
Also, he died on Rambi.
I'm like, how do you not know how to move? You've played video games for such a long time. D-pad, push button, do thing.
He switched to Diddy Kong by complete accident. I think he died as Diddy Kong, got Rambi, got to the end of got near the end of the level, fell into a pit and died with Rambi.
I can understand accidentally swapping between DK and Diddy. But, like, you play Mario all the time. How do you not know how to play a basic platformer, Emil? Come on.
Another thing, what I was going to say, too, it's also...
No disrespect to Emil, by the way.
I just have the strongest feeling that he was just maybe not shit, but just shitting around on that.
No, he was not!
No, because he's done the same thing before when he's played the original Mario Brothers. He, for some reason, did not know how to run. He didn't know that holding down the jump button made him run.
The funny part was Claire before the transition was like, okay, if you can get to the end of the level, you win.
Right?
That was what they said to the audience member partaking. It's like, all right, if you manage to beat the level, you win. Okay.
It's like, that's all you have to do.
That sounds like the SNL skit for Jeopardy. You know what? Just write a letter and you win. I don't care what you write. Just write down a number.
Yeah.
There is no reason any of you should be taking this long to write this answer.
All right.
Suck it, Trebek.
Yeah, I was getting ready to comment. I was getting ready to reference that. God damn it.
Anyway, but anyway,
like,
so we don't go on
too
your
much
answer
of it. Was letter V.
Well, I hate to tell you this.
V is a Roman numeral, so by technical standards, you answered correctly.
And your wager was suck it, Trebek. I don't know what I was expecting.
I think the funniest one where he did a drawing is like, all right, let me just check here. Yep, that's a horse having sex with me.
Anyway, since we've gone on too long of a tangent there, what are your guys'... how did you guys first start, learn about this game? Did you just buy it on a whim, or... Did you know about it before it came out?
I started with 2.
Oh, you started with DKC too. Interesting.
I started with this one, technically. Or I wasn't even me that got it, because I was... When did this come out? 94, 95? I was 4 or 5.
I think.
I was 4 or 5 years old at the time, so I only back then I always went with whatever my sisters got, which was generally Mario and a few other games. And Donkey Kong Country 1 was one that they got. I don't remember when exactly, but like I said, this game shaped the way I enjoyed video games way back then.
I'm sure it did that for everybody.
For me, yeah. Now, for me, my older brother had a subscription to Nintendo Power back when that existed. And so we got a special tape mailed to us from Nintendo Power as a thank you for how long we had been subscribing at the time. And the tape was a whole thing about, it was like a trailer for Donkey Kong Country coming out. And it's the most 90s ass fucking videotape you have ever seen. And it's...
You know, I let the intrusive thoughts win there, and I somehow won out of that.
The funny thing about that tape, you can actually see that on YouTube. There is recordings of all those old VHS tapes from Nintendo Power, and they are 90s as fuck, and they're hilarious.
Yeah, I think I've seen ones where it's just it's sent to retailers, and then it's a Nintendo rep telling them, it's alright, this is what you should be saying, just try to push Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Killer Instinct. And it's just those 3 games specifically. It's just look, this is the Super Nintendo is on its way out, pretty much. So it's just
yeah.
So we're really pushing for some last some games in its twilight years.
The best
here's
one
the
that
funny
they had.
thing. I actually have auto from one of those Nintendo Power tapes.
Nice.
It's I just put it in our shared thingy. It's a Nintendo Power Tips audio cassette.
Oh Lord.
Awesome.
It's audio from it. Ripped straight
Intrusive
from
thoughts.
the audio.
Intrusive thoughts.
You fool! Why would you do that?
DK found a banana down there.
He thought he saw a banana. He did not, in fact, see banana. Also, just for clarification, I generally show off the times when I use the rewind feature. I don't do it all the time, but if you see me cut from one scene to another and it's an obvious cut, that I lost a life and I just said screw it and I replayed after losing the life.
Man, who fucking cares? It's rewind.
I know.
If the creators give you the power, abuse it.
Nintendo power.
Are you gonna try and beat this game Are you gonna try and appease Cranky by beating this game in under an hour?
Hell no.
Do I look like a god?
Do I look like I want to appease a cranky old man?
Who will never
Also,
accept
party
me?
crashers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Beavers.
Yep. That is the most we'll do of that.
All right. I think that killed our commentary because we don't know what we didn't know how to respond to that. Okay, so the animal buddies in this game. Most of them suck. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like the only two that are any good are Rambi and Ungard, honestly.
Pretty much.
Nothing against Winky, but like Winky is so situational. It's
Winky
like, why
sucks.
is he even here?
Yeah, like, I will say though, when I was younger, when I first played this game, I absolutely loved Winky. He was my favorite. Now I'm all like, utility-wise, not a whole lot to being able to jump moderately higher.
It's funny too because DKC2 basically just takes Winky and makes him better in every way with Ratley.
Yeah,
Pretty.
that's why
Ratley is literally.
Yeah, that's why we get. Yeah, that's why I came back.
It does help that Rattly has a super jump, and it's just like all Winky does, jumps really high naturally and nothing else.
We hated Winky.
At least he's
we
better
hated
off
Winky
with-
so
at least-
much we turned him into frog legs.
It's just
I
like
mean,
that one
I mean-
yearbook meme. It's just like Winky, and it just shows Rattly on the other side, the cooler Winky.
I mean to be fair to Winky, Espresso also just disappeared after this game.
Well,
Yeah.
he became the Godfather.
I mean Espresso does come back in like the weird spin-off, like the one spin-off racing game that's not Diddy Kong Racing that nobody talks about.
What was it too? Just like there's really not a whole lot to Espresso either. All it is just all like faster transportation, being able to fly in the air. Well, rather glide.
Well, hover basically.
Yeah, or glide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even then, he can't really stomp on anything. He can walk over some enemies, but he can't even like stomp on them. Meanwhile, you got
It's weird
Rambi,
too.
who
It's-
just could beat the shit out of anything.
What's weird is that Espresso is wearing shoes, but he can't jump on enemies. That makes no sense. How does he take damage if he's wearing shoes?
We got an ostrich who wears tennis shoes.
It's funny too. Oh, this level. I'm gonna see if you show it off. Let's see if he does it. There he is. So, the way I found out about this shortcut, my sister and I were playing this together. My sister accidentally mistimed her jump and found that by complete fucking accident.
I think that's the one. Oh yeah, it is the one secret. If you see the exclamation point after the name, which I'm going to show off right here because I'm going to do the level proper.
Yay! Wait, no!
It's as if I didn't lose Diddy in the process.
I mean, technically you didn't.
We don't talk about Diddy. We don't talk about Diddy in this game.
You mean
I
the
find it funny
objectively
that
better
the-
Kong?
No,
I find it funny that-
using Diddy's the coward's way out.
I find it funny that this level is the most iconic level in Donkey Kong Country, and there's only two minecart stages in this entire fucking game. But it's somehow the most iconic part of this entire game.
Yeah, like whenever I talk with friends about Donkey Kong Country way back in the day, we always just was like, "Oh hell yeah, minecarts! Hell yeah, minecarts!"
It's so much so that they brought it back for Returns, but it's in Returns way more often than in any other Donkey Kong Country game.
Aha, you didn't get a
sort
life.
of it. And then what is it too? Just like plus, I
They bring it
associate
back for
the freaking what is it? The rocket barrel levels more to Returns than the levels.
I hate those levels, by the way.
I never minded them.
I was terrible at them. Yeah, this
That's
sounds.
gonna,
Yeah, that
that's
feels
gonna
about right.
that's gonna cost you a parking ticket.
Wait. You still kept the G when you died.
No, yeah. When you get the letters, you keep them just as if you like. It's kind of like the secrets, where when you find the
I don't
secret, the
remember
game remembers you finding it. You don't have to find it again if you.
I thought
die
it only
before
remembered it
finishing
if
the
you hit. I thought it only remembered the letters you got if you hit the checkpoint first. That shows how long it's been since I played this game. Holy damn.
It is nice though, but the thing is though, I know with Donkey Kong Country 2, it doesn't do that, but it also makes it so like if you were at a checkpoint and you get the letters, but then you die and go back to the checkpoint, you can get the letters again to get another life. In this game, no. Once you get the letters, but if you die again before finishing the level, you cannot get the Kong letters again.
Nope.
That sort of spiel, but yeah, it's
I
just,
mean, they don't really. It's not really that important unless we're. For this game, it's not that important. For DKC 2 and 3, they make it a point to be like, you better get fucking everything. Also, what the heck was that?
I thought I could duck it, but I couldn't.
I see. To be fair, I could see why you would think that.
It looks like it gives
I
enough.
thought I could dunk below. I thought I could dunk under a bee. The bee flew on. The bee decided to fly into me.
It flew into my ass.
To be a little fair to logic, there are times where it looks like something should hit you, but it doesn't in this game. The hitbox in this game is kind of weird.
I also like that the foreground completely obscures the fact that I actually got a life. Like, I know I got it,
Right?
but it doesn't even tell you how much. I can't even see it.
Ow! Well, that was unfortunate. The game literally hit you there. You had no way of dodging that.
Good old 90s Kaizo trap.
A little bit. I think it's more that I was holding forward, but I held it, like, I guess I wasn't supposed to be holding forward?
Yeah, you were definitely.
Maybe.
I think you were definitely holding forward.
And it's, but how was I supposed to know the bee was there?
Exactly.
Alright, so I was telling this to Logic. He doesn't... I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to get this to trigger. Maybe they changed it from every other version. But in the original Super Nintendo version, there is a weird trick you can do here where if you go back into that room where you get Winky, go back in there, open the Winky crate again, and then leave. You come back out and you have Rampy instead. But I think they got rid of that glitch. It must have been a glitch because it doesn't work in any other version that's not the original Super Nintendo version.
And I think what you told me, though, like, the setup of it is so kind of unintuitive. I never even heard of anybody doing that, nor have I ever even bothered, because, I mean, just to say here, I don't even 101% this game. I 102% the second game, but no, I never for this one.
No, I don't blame you for not doing 101% in this game, because it's not worth it, and two, it's way too hard.
I'm sorry, but when you're doing that bonus round, Diddy was just looking at the screen as he died. He fell off the screen, and Diddy was just looking at you like it was like, are you serious right now?
It's like, how dare you?
Speaking of shortcuts for specific random levels, if you want to just completely skip this entire level, just immediately backtrack into the entrance, and it just warps you all the way to the end of the stage. I found that out by complete accident too. Like, I entered the stage, I'm like, I wonder what happens if I go back in, and suddenly I walk back into the entrance, and it warps me to the very end of the level. I'm like, huh.
That's
Okay, I guess that's a thing you can do.
That's a coward's way out.
And the game expects you to do that because it's considered a secret that you can find in the level.
That's the coward's way out. No, I won't. I won't stop saying that.
Shit.
Anyway, Luigi, I know you say you don't have much to talk about with this game, but what is your experience with playing this game? Do you recall it?
I think my experience was that I wasn't a big fan of Diddy Kong at the time for some reason. I can't explain why. He just was. So I just kept switching. Back to DK when I could.
I have to ask: is it because you saw the cartoon and you didn't like how he was portrayed in the cartoon?
I think that may have something to do with it. Yeah.
Because I don't blame you for that, because the cartoon for this game is awful. But to be fair, it's an early 90s cartoon based on video games, and most of those were pretty bad.
Nowadays, people see it and it's like so bad that it's good.
No, that's Mega Man. That's the Mega Man cartoon. The DK cartoon is just bad.
No, I will stand by it, if only for the fact that the dude who voices Donkey Kong has an amazing singing voice.
Yeah, he does.
I thought it was a different person. I thought it was a different actor that sang.
No,
that
it's
did
the same
singing.
voice actor. Like
Same guy,
he's
yeah.
the one that does the singing, and
Wow.
it's fucking great, dude. And that's why I enjoy it. I will never talk shit about
that's
that.
great. No, because I legitimately thought that it was a different actor that did the singing.
Yeah, why do you think people kept asking for the K. Rool voice actor to come back? He is just as good as a singing voice.
Well,
Yeah.
I knew he did his. I knew he'd sang. But, oh, by the way, Funky Kong kicks ass in this game.
Funko doesn't do
Surfer,
anything.
bro.
He's the most '90s fucking character in this game, and it's amazing.
He doesn't do anything. All he does is have a plane.
By the
No,
way,
it's just-
I do, like, for at least the first half of the game, I go back for some secrets that I sort of remembered in hindsight.
Fair enough. No, like Funky, like they're the reason why new Funky mode is in Tropical Freeze, because Funky is the most popular guy. I'd say he's even more popular than Cranky, honestly.
It also
Yeah,
helps that he has the best control scheme out of all the Kongs, so it's pretty fucking good.
I mean, he's literally easy mode, so... I'm sure we'll do the Returns games eventually, viewers.
No.
One of us will record both of them.
No.
I said one of us, I didn't say who.
Shit!
I was expecting death.
I was too,
I was
honestly.
expecting death, and I'm pretty sure Diddy Kong was also, considering how he was looking both ways.
He's like, what happened?
Yeah.
DK, I'm scared.
And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm vaguely remembering where the secret was at. This is why I let the intrusive thoughts win when I first went through the level. I was like, I remember this secret, I just don't remember where it's at. And now I do.
Is this you trying to debate on if you're actually going for 101% or not?
A little bit, but ultimately by the halfway point, it was like not really worth it because by
Match
the
to
last
win.
half of the game, a lot of the secrets are very obtuse, and it's like,
Yes,
how was
they
I
are.
supposed to think that?
It's like I'll bring up the most obnoxious one. There's a bonus game inside of a bonus game in Crimrock Industries.
I will argue
That is the-
that is so memorable. It's like it's so
It is the
obtuse that
most
it's
ob-
memorable.
It is, but then at the same time, you also don't know which bonus game it is. All you know is there is a bonus game in a bonus game somewhere in this world. And
It's
there's
the,
no
it's in
indication
the
of which
very
one it
first.
is.
It's always in the very first level of Kremkrock.
Yeah, but still, even knowing that, you don't know when it's gonna show up.
It's in
Or
the
how to
one
do it
where
in the first
it's in the
place.
one where it's like the roulette wheel, but you have to select the single banana in order for a barrel to show up, and you have
Yeah,
to
it's-
use it as Diddy.
Yeah, in hindsight, we know of it now, but even people that have never played it before that know it exists are not going to know exactly how to get it to work.
That's the fun of '90s games.
By the way, this is also the stage where you can get infinite lives if you want to. I only know this because I watched a group of VTubers that have been trying to beat the trilogy right now, which, by the way, they are on the ending of DKC 2, and they're going to be stuck on that final boss for quite a few streams at the rate they're going. But the way they ended up beating this game is they kept coming back to this level because they learned from their chat that you can get infinite lives in this level specifically. So that's how they ended up finally beating this game.
I was hoping
Also,
you'd go-
going to going back to those enemies that at the start of the level, Ouija, that might be another reason why you never like playing as Diddy, because those are enemies that Diddy cannot beat.
Right.
That might be another reason, actually. I don't remember.
Because because there's that thing, because Donkey Kong can defeat most enemies except for the ones at the very end of the game,
Yeah.
and Diddy, like for like the Crumps or for the Clumps or whatever their names are, I know he can roll through them, but like those beefy ass dudes, he cannot. He can't do shit to them.
Okay.
Yeah, he can't do shit to like half the enemies in the game sometimes.
And like the armadillo enemies too, like Donkey Kong can stomp on them, but if Diddy does that, he bounces off of them, and then he can finish them off as long as they're not rolling.
Like,
Do you not remember where the Do you not remember where the ×2 bonus statue is in this? There?
I do, but it's just I like to gather up as much as I can until the timer is just about to run out.
Gotcha.
Because if I go for the ×2 at first, and it's like double of 0 is 0. That mentality.
Right. I like to imagine that since this ocean's all red, Unguard's just swimming in the blood of his enemies.
I mean, sure, why not?
All the enemies he was skewered.
Yeah,
Also, I never realized that when you get the ×2 bonus, it freezes the timer for a few seconds. I never noticed that.
I mean, it would have been a dick move if I had gotten here at 0, and then it's like, while it's trying to calculate the double, it just stops. It's like, shit!
No, that should be something that would happen. I'm just surprised they took that into account. I've been playing this game my whole life, and I've never noticed that.
I don't even have
Also,
to
if
stomp
you're-
on all those guys. I just like stomping on enemies.
I mean, you can get an extra life if you bounce on 10 enemies in a row, but there's very, very few points in the game where that actually happens.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the rare levels where you can rare. One of the rare times where that actually will work.
Boo.
'Cause I think there's literally like 3 stages in the entire game where you can actually get extra lives from multi-bouncing on enemies.
Meanwhile, I know in Returns, like, they kind of made more opportunities for people to bounce off of enemies.
They made that a feature. There's plenty of points in the Returns games where they just make a line of enemies for you to bounce on.
Okay, I did unlock one memory after watching after watching this for a while.
Oh?
I remember in some cases my brother and I would try to play multiplayer with these games. And if we did want one of us to play, we just kind of threw the extra DK barrel off a cliff.
Whoops.
So they were like, "No, I want to play."
I noticed that the video froze there for a couple seconds. Was that intentional?
I think that might have been VLC again, but I'll fix it in post, like I said with the last one.
That's fair. Yeah, apparently VLC has been screwing with us.
Yeah, VLC is struggling.
It's Donkey Kong.
It's motherfucking Donkey Kong.
And here,
Also,
Necky's
it feels-
nuts.
Also, I'm kind of. Also, I had like when I was a kid, I had a god dang it moment of realizing that the end of every world has a pile of bananas. I didn't notice that at first when I was a kid. It was only after like the second time I played through the game that I realized, oh, that's where all the banana horde bananas are. I don't know how it took me a long time to figure that out.
Fucking loser! I'm talking to myself, of course.
And to be fair, I got stuck on Necky when I was a kid too.
Loser! You're a loser! Do you feel sorry for yourself?
Well, you should be because
You're
you are dirt.
You make me sick, you big baby!
Baby want a bottle? A big dirt bottle?
See, I can't
Man,
hear that
that's
without thinking of that one YouTube poop where it's like the Boggle tournament. It's like, Boggle. It's just funny because like it's at one point where it's just like Peggy breaks the pencil and then Hank comes in with the pencil. She's about to take it. He pulls it back. Loser!
I mean, this would date the commentary, except for the fact that King of the Hill did come back recently.
I mean, hell yeah. It was a good revival.
It still did.
Anyway, that's it for part 1. I'm doing 2 worlds per part, and next one's gonna be even longer.
Hooray, my throat has been
So-
cured, I can talk again.
Yeah.
Let's see how long it lasts, though.
Right?
And there goes another car.
Shit.